My name is Billy Sample, and today I will be talking about the issue of public shaming here in American society today. Now, what is public shaming exactly? Well, public shaming involves the humiliation of a person, usually because they said or they did something that offended a group of people. Examples of this usually take place online on social media, where someone will post something and it'll offend some people, and then those people who are offended by it will band together, and then they will attack the person who sent out the offensive post, and they'll basically expose what the person who sent the offensive post said or did, and then ultimately make the person, the offender, feel really guilty about themselves. And on public shaming, well, in certain instances, I think public shaming can be beneficial because it can be very good at exposing certain issues and bringing them into the light. For example, in 2018, when a bunch of movie stars and politicians were being caught out for inappropriate sexual behavior against minors, public shaming was very good at exposing these figures and bringing into the public eye exactly what they were doing, thus curtailing their inappropriate behavior. However, I feel for the most part, public shaming often goes too far and can be very detrimental to people's lives as well as their emotional states. Now, I'm sure that many of you in the audience may feel differently than me about whether public shaming is beneficial or not. I bet that women, more often than not, feel that public shaming is a bit more necessary because I feel that women, more often than not, face harassment from men than men do from women, and thus women might believe that public shaming might be a bit more necessary because it can expose what men are saying or doing to them, and then once they do that, they'll be able to stop the men from committing those inappropriate acts against them. Men in these instances may feel that women exposing whatever they're saying or doing is a bit unfair to their privacy. Now, me, personally, I've never been publicly shamed before in my life, nor have I ever met anyone or been close to someone who has been publicly shamed either. However, just by paying attention to the news, you see acts of public humiliation occur all the time, and also the fallout after the said person has been publicly humiliated. An example of this occurred back in 2012 when a man by the name of Adam Smith posted a video of himself getting into a little heated argument with an employee at Chick-fil-A, and after he decided to post the video, it immediately went viral. Adam then faced a serious wave of backlash from people that he didn't even know. People just started sending him hate mail and death threats, but not only just to him, but to even his family as well. All this public humiliation that Adam faced prompted him to move out of his house, got him fired from his job, and even had his wife file a divorce with him. It's so sad to see someone's life go from doing really well to all of a sudden having nothing left in such a short amount of time. Obviously, Adam Smith isn't the only person to have his life ruined through public humiliation, otherwise we wouldn't even be having this talk. He's just one of the many faces that you see on the news of someone who went from something to nothing almost instantaneously just through public humiliation. Since I like to pay attention to the news a lot, I'm very well aware of public humiliation and the effect that it can have on people. This is exactly the reason why I think public shaming isn't that necessary for American society, because not only can it really ruin people's lives, it can also make it really hard for them to recover from their public humiliation. More than not, it's usually just good-hearted people who are just misunderstood for something that they said or they did. They didn't mean for it to come across as offensive, it just appeared that way to certain people. In the case of Adam Smith, he just simply got into an argument with the employee at Chick-fil-A because he simply just disagrees with the values that Chick-fil-A holds. He wasn't harassing the employee or he wasn't using hate speech against her. He was just simply expressing his beliefs with her and just deciding to share his opinion with the world. Now, was it completely necessary for Adam Smith to record himself having an argument with someone at Chick-fil-A? No, it wasn't. But the response that he was met with should not have been that vicious. No one should have to lose their job just because they get into a little argument with an employee at Chick-fil-A. That's the issue with public shaming, is that it's a punishment that far exceeds what the offense is. Or let's even take a look at another example. Miss Justine Sacco was a virtual nobody, till all of a sudden, one tweet she sent out made her an internet superstar in just a matter of hours. Now her tweet said, "Going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS, just kidding, I'm white." Obviously, Justine Sacco shouldn't have sent out that tweet because it can be seen as offensive towards African Americans or people who have AIDS. However, the consequences that she faced when her plane touched down in Africa far exceeded what she should have faced from sending out that tweet. Following shortly after touching down in Africa's airport, Justine Sacco was met with a wave storm of angry tweets, hate mail, and the fact that she had lost her job at the company IAC. Similarly to Adam Smith, Justine Sacco lost everything that was important to her in just a matter of hours. The internet took the mantle of judge and jury as they decided her fate of pain and misery for years to come. Now, Justine Sacco and Adam Smith both are prime examples of how public shaming can negatively affect someone's life. It's not fair for people who have goodwill in their hearts to have one mistake define them for the rest of their lives. Now, in order to even start addressing the issues of public shaming, it first needs to be brought into light more of how destructive that it can be to people's lives. Fortunately for us, a man by the name of John Ronson has written and published a book called Have You Been Publicly Shamed? And it features a number of interviews with people who are widely known for having been publicly shamed. Now, I think this book would be a great place to start for anyone, whether they know a little or whether they know a lot about public shaming. Anyone who reads this book will be able to understand just how truly detrimental public shaming can be to someone's life just through reading the stories of the people who have unfortunately gone through this tragedy. And then hopefully, after reading this book, people can start to reevaluate how they may respond to a potentially offensive situation and realize that their responses can be more damaging than what the offender originally said or did. Thank you so much, classmates, for listening to what I had to say about public shaming, and I hope you have a wonderful summer break.